Hi everyone, here's another live for you. Butter chicken, winner, winner. Hello everyone, it's Rebecca here. My apologies, I'm running a bit late. My daughters have just come home from their dads and of course they're home late, so that just throws everything out. Anyway, welcome. I'm still getting a few ingredients together as well. But I reckon we can get started. Now, what I've got on the board is what we're doing, and that's butter chicken. There are many, many different types of butter chicken. The one I'm doing tonight, I'm pretty sure, is the UK version. So I've saved it to my week. And here it is here. Now, the total time of 50 minutes, this one, so it's a little quicker. Now, one thing I will say to you all is in the recipe, it does mention pick-up paste. So if you go to UK Cookie Do and you look up ticker paste, it's almost really quite close to the tandoori paste, and I have that already. So, oh great, we've got some interesting, charming people on already. Yeah. Sorry guys, just dealing with riffraff. There's always got to be one of those, isn't there? And ciao for now. Right. So, it's a Sunday. I hope you're all well. Tell me what you're having for dinner. Hey, Jules. So, if you are a fan of butter chicken, let me know in the comments which is your number one, because there is the Merg Makhani. There's the Skinny Mix's favourite that everyone loves. Look, I love it, but I just think it's just far too many steps. There's Quirky Joe's, but this is the UK version. So it does ask for ticker paste, but I'm going to be using the tandoori paste because, as I've just already said, it's really quite similar. So I've got my ginger. Let me just get a few things together. Because I was running late, I wanted to jump on. But I'm not entirely organised just yet. So please bear with me. Ghee, I need lots of onions. I've got a couple of big shallots I bought today. I might even chuck one of those in. Now, coriander, the other thing I had in here. So we've got the coriander, the ginger, the onions, garlic I've got, the chilli I've got, and all the spices are behind. Tomato puree, I got that out, and the cream I've got. Right, I think we're good to go. So, let's get started. Now, for anyone that has followed me for quite some time, we all know I have a fussy child. Oh, hearty seafood chowder, Joe. Jules, that sounds very fancy. The fussy child likes pizza. Now, I did prac training here today with some new consultants, and I showed them how I make the pizza dough, and then I said that that's as far as your lesson goes because I need this for dinner tonight. So we actually didn't cook it. It's been in the fridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, because I was sort of thinking, oh, I'd love some naan with this tonight. And then I remembered I have no yogurt, so I can't really make a naan. But then I thought, well, there we go. This is a bit of pizza dough. I'm just going to cook it up with a bit of olive oil and garlic powder on top, and it'll be our pretend dippy bread for dinner tonight. Hello. All right, so first thing I want to quickly do is just shape her pizza out, and then I will just rustically do this other one as well. And then we'll get started with the butter chicken. And also I'm going to put the rice on in my other Thermomix in the background. So that's what we're doing. So yes, so Quirky, we've had a vote for Quirky Butter Chicken. I love her recipe as well. Must admit, very good. So everyone that's jumping on, let me know what's your favourite butter chicken Thermomix recipe. There is a lot out there. A lot of them are absolutely magic and absolute winners. Which one's your favourite? Mine really is Merg Makani, I must admit. I absolutely love that one. That is my go-to favourite. However, I'm not adverse to the one I'm making tonight either. It's a bit quicker than Merg Makani, and also I had no yogurt. So it's the one butter chicken that doesn't need yogurt as well. It does say in the recipe tikka paste, but I have made it before with the tandoori paste, which I always have in the freezer, and perfectly fine. Kung Pao chicken Dana. Oh, go you. But yes, let me know if you have a favourite butter chicken. Which one is it? I'm much better. Thank you for asking. Yes, the gastro, thank you, was only 24 hours. Oh my goodness, though. But it meant I had to miss out on everything I was supposed to do on Friday. And I was most devastated because my husband and I actually had a hotel booked up in Brisbane and we were going to see Rock Wiz live. So I don't know if anyone out there is a Rock Wiz fan. Loved the show, saw that they were doing an anniversary tour and thought, beauty, I finally get to see them live. And then gastro hit me, didn't it? So I had to forward the tickets and the accommodation onto my dear dad and his wife and said, there you go, have a nice night, enjoy. And I had to stay home and feel sad. So, yes, there we go. Anyway. All right, let's just get a cheese pizza on for the fussy kid and then we shall move on with dinner. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I actually used the cutter for lunch today. I made a salad sandwich and I used it to grate the cheese, grate the carrot, slice the cucumber, slice the onion, all the things. So it's currently sitting in the dishwasher. So I'm going to grate my mozzarella cheese, or chop it, as some people like to say, old school, straight into the bowl. That's what we're doing. Let's get that done first. Come out of that recipe, speed 7. Nice and fine for our plain old cheese pizza for the fussy kid. To sprinkle that on, and one definitely cheesy pizza for fussy kid done. So what I'm going to do, because I've dragged that dough back out of the fridge, look, it's risen, it's doubled in size, it's perfectly fine. I'm just going to let it sit though for a little bit and then I'm going to pop it into the oven. So I'll just put that over here. And then grab another bowl, because I can. So no one else telling me what butter chicken. That wasn't tasty cheese, Simone. That was actually mozzarella. So I buy, it's this brand, good old Chia, what we used to be called something else. Mozzarella block. Right, mozzarella. So you buy that in the supermarkets. Always got some of that on hand. But you can absolutely do your tasty cheese like that. You can do any cheese like that. That's how we grated cheese before we had cutters. Hey, Zach. You're a skinny mixer, Jules. There you go. All right, so that's that job done. Okay, that can sit and wait. Now, again, back to my week. Got a tickly nose, that's typical. Right, we're going to put a bowl on top. We're going to start cooking. And we're going to weigh in. Now, this recipe as well asks for chicken breast. I have thigh, so we're using thigh. Either would work fine, but if you are some people are like, ooh, thigh. If you're an ooh, thigh person, then this is a butter chicken where it uses breast. But you can use thigh as well. So don't judge me. I get scissors and I chop my chicken up because it's easier than having to dirty a board and a knife. So all of a sudden we'll have animals at my feet smelling this chicken. So just cutting it into dice, 2 to 3 centimeters for chicken breast. I'm actually going to go a little smaller for thigh. When you cook chicken breast in your Thermomix, you want to keep it on the larger side because the breast has no muscle, no substance to it. It will just fall apart, whereas thigh will hold its shape a hell of a lot nicer in the cooking process. So there we are. But generally speaking, when a recipe recommends a certain cut of meat, please do that certain cut of meat. So it does use up many numbers. You want to look for kid-friendly butter chicken on Cookie Doo. That is the winner apparently. I should have actually had a look at that one because I've heard it's really nice. There's so many different variations. This one has spice. This one has spice as in lots of spices. I am putting one red chili that I've dragged out of the freezer, which I will de-seed just for a little bit of something. But we are not generally spicy people. You can certainly leave spices, put less spices perhaps. But yeah, have a look at the kid-friendly butter chicken on Cookie Doo. That could be what you're searching for. I've heard it's really good. Yes. And if anyone has tried that, give me a shout. Let me know what your thoughts are. Because I haven't. Yes, Charlene, I'm a very much. Yeah, I'm the Makani one. Dana, I love that one. The homemade tandoori paste too. Please, I cannot implore you. Go to an Indian grocer, chip in with your mates, buy all the spices, make the tandoori paste. Put it in little containers. See, here's 2 I've got out here, right? In the right amount that you need, which is around 100 grams. That will cover you for any recipe. For some, it's a little too much. For some, it's a little less, but it's enough. This stuff has so much better flavour than the stuff you will buy in the jar from your supermarket. So get yourselves to a spice shop with mates. Buy your spices, make your tandoori paste. I cannot stress it enough. It's like the stock paste. You just can't beat it. And Siri, I'm not talking to you. Thank you. I can see she's about to chat to me. So yes, please, please, please make the paste. It's so worth it. I have gone to demos and turned up forgetting to grab it out of the freezer and bought the shop bought stuff and had a taste of the creamy coconut chicken curry with the cauli rice, which is one of our great demo dishes that we do. It's almost like a really lovely, mild, easy curry. And I've had to buy tandoori paste, and it's not the same. It's just not, it's nice, but it's not the same. Sit down, you're not having the chicken. All right, where are we at? 600. I'm going to put the whole lot in because I have men that love... Excuse me. Well, this is a bit of a favourite with the men too, so they're going to want plenty of chicken. So I'm just going to carry on, and I'll just adjust it accordingly. Because I'm not going to put one chicken thigh away. Oh, Willow. That's enough. Someone wants her dinner. Honey, could you come and put her dinner in the bowl, please, while I'm doing this? And look, you know, I don't cut off all the fatty bits, but I just some of these really big chunks of fat on these. These are free range ones. I do definitely cut off. I don't love those bits. But again, you do you. If I was frying them in a pan, no problem, but because it's getting cooked in the Thermomix, I'm pretty sure this one cooks in the Thermomix from memory, I don't want those big chunks of fat on there. Alright, my hands a good wash. That into the bin. All right, so that's where we're at. There you go, Charlene. Yeah, look, honestly, it just needs, the best thing you can do is get together with friends. Because when you go to these spice shops, you're buying huge big bags of the stuff and it's dirt cheap. So if you chip in with mates and say, right, let's all buy it together, divvy it up and make a bulk amount of this stuff. Put it in the freezer. You've always got it on hand. Like I say, weigh it out into containers, 100 gram portions, use your Thermomix scales, and just, it is absolutely sensational, the flavour. This stuff will go mouldy if you leave it in the fridge because there's no preservative in it either. It's just the spices and the stuff, right? So here I'm adding in, because I've nearly doubled the chicken, I'm going to put both lots of these. So, yep, there, that one is 92 odd grams. So I weigh these out and then whatever's in left gets left in. I'm going to double it. I'm just going to put the whole lot in because we love this stuff. Right, so we've got 192 grams worth, but there's 800 odd grams of chicken. So, remove the bowl, stir well. All right, so we just stir that beautiful paste onto the chicken. Now you could certainly do this a day in advance or in the morning and have it sit all day. The Merg Makhani, you do this with yogurt as well. This is a different recipe. This is a quicker version and it was what suited what I had at home today because I don't have any yogurt. So there we go. Look at that. Lovely coated tandoori paste with the chicken. Yum. All right, let's get rid of these bits. All right, now, the next part of this recipe calls for ghee. Now, ghee is a conversation. Ghee is something you can very easily make in your Thermomix. But like I always say about things, you pick your battles, you do you. Sometimes the price of butter counteracts the price of just buying a jar of the stuff pre-made. So the options are there. Ghee is basically butter that's cooked at a high temperature for a long time to separate solids, and it is amazing. You can always tell when it's winter and summer. Here, the ghee is liquid in summer and solid as a rock in winter. So here we are. So I'm going to take the lid off and we're putting in 40 grams of ghee. All right. As I said, solid as a rock. It's winter. It's so much easier in summer. You just spoon it, tip it straight in and off you go. All right. Back in there. So 40 grams of ghee. And then we're putting on the simmering basket. And we're going to heat that up, ready to sizzle our onions. So while that's doing that, hitting the preview button, it wants 150 grams of onions quartered. So I've got a brown onion here and I've got a massive shallot that I picked up at the markets today, this morning. So echalot as in these onions here, and I want to put that in. So I'm doing one brown onion and one of these big babies. So these are a milder flavoured onion. But they're wonderful in lots of Asian cooking, of course. So I saw them and thought, oh, I'm getting some of them because they were so massive. All Alright, normally there's such tiny little things. So it wants it quartered. So I'm literally going to do that. Okay. So, onions, oh, hang on. So ginger peeled. Now I'm definitely going to have to peel this baby because she's been sitting here on my bench for a bit. I'll just do that carefully with my knife. We want 20 grams. Yeah, I always usually add a little bit more of that too because I love aromats. I say this all the time. These recipes are guided. They're not the law. So when you are making things, if you think 1 garlic clove is enough, add 10. That's so cool, Auntie. Yes, you are, aren't you? I see that over there. Now, never enough garlic and ginger in recipes. Absolutely. Whoever said that, Charlene, you are just amazing. So, Kate, should you not be doubling it? Should you not be doubling it? What does ghee taste like, Nick? It tastes like butter, I guess. It's not particularly tasty. Yes, you can make ghee from butter in your Thermomix. Mary, all you need to get yourself is a nut milk bag or some muslin cloth because you will have to drain it through to get rid of the little burnt solids that will form at the bottom of the bowl. Look it up. It's on Cookie Do. Ghee. So if you can get source good price butter, so say go to Costco, love, then yeah, absolutely. Oh, right. Kate, I get what you're saying. Shouldn't I be doubling everything? Well, I actually did put an extra 50 grams of onions in there. No, because it makes a ton of sauce, right? So with these butter chicken recipes, there's always sauce left over. Always sauce left over. So, you know, you can certainly double your meats sometimes with curries and don't worry about doubling everything else because I think I have about 3 containers of butter chicken sauce somewhere in my freezer that's been left over with the intention to make like a pizza or something with it. Yeah. And it's never happened. It's still sitting in there somewhere. Oh, my board's playing silly buggers today. All right. I want you to cut it into slices. I've just chucked a chunk in. It does all get chopped up anyway. So let me just get rid of this mess. Yeah. I should be using my good knife, shouldn't I? Actually, I sharpened and I wrote on it my OG, my original one. Oh, hello. She's back to good. Look at that, straight through that ginger like it's butter. Yes. What a beauty. Nothing like a nice sharp knife. Right, so now I've got 2 of them and that's a win. All right, throw that in. So 30 grams I've got there. 10 grams of fresh coriander cut into pieces. So some of mine looks a little sad. Don't ever throw out the root part either. It is where a lot of flavour is, but just make sure you thoroughly wash because that's where the dirt is down there. So I'm just going to give it a really good wash under the tap. Right in there. So I don't really want dirt in my curry. Alright, and if you're not a coriander lover, then perhaps this recipe is not for you. But I suppose you could put parsley or something else instead. Alright, so let's say 10 grams isn't a lot. Again, I love the stuff, so I will add a little more. Okay, so 3 cloves of garlic. So maybe 5. So when you're making, someone's asking questions about ghee. When you make ghee, a black sort of sediment settles at the bottom. And that apparently, don't quote me, I know that I've read this story before, but I might be wrong, is the milk solids or whatever, if that makes sense. So what you're left with when you strain that through, it takes out the little blacky bits. It is just golden ghee. Yes, thank you, Debbie. I'm much better. Much better. Thankfully, the gastro was 24 hours because I hate being crook, especially when I'm so busy. And I was saying I had a delivery demo booked on Friday. I had to cancel, and I hate doing that. And I also had plans Friday night to go to Brisbane for the night with my husband. We had a hotel booked. We were going to see the Rockwiz anniversary show. And sadly, had to cancel. So someone's asking on TikTok what the machine is. If you read my apron or the board, it will tell you what it is. Yes, that's right. Well, there you go. It does have a nuttier flavour, doesn't it? Is that because of the nut milk bag? That is one of the worst names in the world, isn't it? Right. Yes, I often have people jumping on asking, what is that machine? While I'm recording here on Instagram and TikTok, going live. Yes, that's why it is written on the board, so I don't have to stop talking about it. The Thermomix has been around for 52 years this year. It's as old as I am. It was first developed in 1971. It's a German appliance, and I sell them and demonstrate them. So, there we go. Thermomix. Alright. I think that's it. Oh, the chilli maybe. Wash all that onion skin off there. Okay, garlic. Now, it says 2 green chilies halved, deseeded if desired. I have a pile of chilies in the freezer. I've decided to go with 1 red, and I'm going to pull all the seeds out because we aren't terribly spicy people. But I do love that it gives a bit of flavour, so I am going to do 1. But you do you. If 2 chilies isn't enough for your heat, put it in, and put it in. Yes, go for it. All right, so there we go. Lid on. Measuring cup in and grab one of those. Just go to the right here somewhere. Oh, it's that old chestnut, isn't it? I've got the dishwasher loaded, but I'm sure there must be one measuring cup here somewhere. In the cupboard. No, I'll still get out of that one. I'll wash the other up. Alright, so we're going to chop that up. 10 seconds, speed 5. In the meantime, I'm going to pop kids' pizza in the oven. And get that started. Oh, how's that smoking in there? And bake 200. Hey Siri, can you time 10 minutes?
10 minutes, counting down.
Alright, we'll check it in 10 minutes. There you go, Charlene. Look, I used to be that person. However, it was horrendous heartburn in 3 pregnancies that put me off spicy food for life. So thank you, Charlene. Honestly, you need to sign up, honey, and be a consultant too. All right, now let's chop that up. So look at that. It's almost like a paste. All those aromats. There's one little coriander leaf that's not got chopped up in there. So if I hit next, it says scrape it down with the spatula. Obviously, you don't have to take it off the machine. I'll be brave and have a smell because it is so delicious. Whoa, it stung my eyes. It stung my eyes. There's a bit of ginger up the top there. All right, next. So, remember the ghee's in there as well. So now we're going to cook that. So we're putting this on. 5 minutes for aroma temperature. Right, while that's doing that, make sure that's all in there. What I'm going to do is hit the preview button. Next, we're going to add some salt, some cumin, coriander. So I'm going to get all these things ready. So these are ground, not seeds. Ground cumin. So normally when you're making the merg makhana, you're putting in the seeds, the whole spices. You're toasting them off and then turning them into a powder. This one makes it quicker by using the already ground things. So turmeric, and then water, cook, chicken, tomato puree, cream, 20 minutes of cook. So I don't need to put the rice on until that very last step because obviously the rice takes 20 minutes. So by the time the butter chicken is cooked, the rice will be cooked, all will be done, and it will be beautiful. There you go. So no wonder you like your spicy chili and everything. It's what you're used to, isn't it? Oh, so for anyone that joined my live the other night, I don't know why everything looks a bit wonky-donky crooked here. Oh, there, that's better. Someone's messed around with it. I've shared it over onto YouTube and everything, but I've still got a bit of that brittle. So I've had some people, I put a post up saying, hey Maz, what aren't you confident with your Thermomix? What would you like to be more confident with? What would you like to learn? And sugar stages was quite common. This is the walnut brittle recipe. I use peanuts and it's still extremely crunchy, if you can hear that. I shouldn't be eating it. It's a sometimes treat. Don't be afraid of the sugar stages, but I've uploaded that to YouTube. It's also on my Facebook and my Instagram. Go watch it. The one problem is I mentioned throughout the live, because there's quite a bit of time in between, that I was going to edit the video. And then I got sick and I totally forgot about editing the video. So it's uploaded in its entirety. When it comes to the sugar going into the bowl and it's cooking, you know, you can fast forward if you just don't want to listen to me rambling on and answering questions that you won't know are asked. Or whatever. But you can just fast forward by zipping along the bottom and going past the boring bits. But there is nothing to be afraid of. Sugar stages is perfectly fine. The most important thing with sugar stages is making sure you follow the recipe. So when it asks for certain amounts of stuff, please use those amounts. It's really important. And then you can't go wrong. But it's definitely, you know, you're talking sometimes food, not all the time food with the sugar stages. So now I've got my list compiled of things that I need to address and record. So I will definitely go back to that and find another thing that people were asking about. I know one of the things people were very questionable about is bread as well, but I kind of wonder what specifically is the question around the bread. It's really hard to be very general about things like that. Is it that they want me to make a loaf of bread? The problem with those sorts of things is it's very hard to do in a live, and it's also, I would have to actually like physically probably record it and then share it because there's so much time in between the bread process. So yeah, Dana, right, there's no standing there making the sugar. It doesn't crystallize, and the temp and timing are perfect in the Thermomix. That's so true. Because with sugar, when you see people making caramels and things, they've got a thermometer in there, they're stirring it and they're watching it and they're waiting for the perfect temperature. The Thermomix does that hard work for us. And that's the wonderful thing about the TM6, is that it has that capability. So if you want to be really fancy, you could make something like that brittle and do some fancy sugar work with that as well. There is someone actually, and it was a friend of mine. I know she was taking the mick, but she said she would like to see me make a croquet bush or now I can't say it. I want to say the ad on TV. It's a croquet bush, a croquet bush. You know, the profiterole cake with the toffee all around it. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm definitely not making one of those because you know why? I'd sit and eat the whole darn thing, and that's not good for my health. So, yeah, look, there are videos also on Australia's, Thermomix in Australia's YouTube page from Christy Tanya. You can search up Thermomix Christy Tanya, and it's Christy with a C-H-R-I-S-T-Y. She is a very well-known Australian pastry chef. She has recipes on Cookie Do as well, of a really fancy anniversary cake that they put into our anniversary cookbook. And her videos are far better than anything I will ever be able to teach you because she is a professional. So yeah, go check them out. Christy Tanya on the Thermomix in Australia YouTube channel. So again, go to YouTube, put in Thermomix Christy Tanya, and I guarantee you'll find her videos. So there you go. If you want to learn fancy stuff, the resources are there. I think I do tend to say it, and I mean it. A lot of what holds people back is you and just giving it a go. Look, sometimes things might not work out perfectly, but hey, it might just absolutely work out wonderfully and be the best thing you've ever done. So one thing that I've got more confident with is definitely making fancy cakes for occasions. And you can go and look at, if you're new here, go and look at videos that I've done in the past. And it's simply by watching other people, watching their lives, watching their videos, and looking up onto YouTube. You can learn so much. You're only limited by what you will allow yourself to learn and do, right? So, okay, now a bit of garlic powder on that. I'm just doing a really simple, what I call my cheats garlic bread. This is in place of naan. I don't have any yogurt, and you really need yogurt to make naan bread, so I just didn't feel like going back out to the shops. You know, those sorts of times when you think, what I'll have will do. And I had the pizza dough, so half of it's making a pizza for the kid. This will be our bread for dipping in the curry. So you can be creative. I probably could have even used that, really thinned it out and fried it in a pan very like a naan. And in fact, I'm quite sure that would be very doable. But rather than standing there doing that, it's gone in the oven and it's going to cook with the pizza that's in there already. All right, so now it wants a bit of salt. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what I tell you guys to do all the time, and I'm going to get the stock. It's a curry. So when you get your Thermomix, the first thing you should make is your vegetable stock paste. It is a punch of flavour for all your food. This wants a teaspoon of fine salt. I'm going to put a good heaped teaspoon of stock paste. Stock paste is salty like stock cubes, but it is a punch of flavour. I tell you guys all the time to make it. This is what I make it for, to use in things like this where it's asking for something. Salt, that's salty, but a punch of flavour. Stock goes in. All right, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. There's my timer going off. I did just have a look. It didn't look ready yet, so hold off there. Let me just double check that, actually. If I overcook it, I'm in trouble. Hey Siri, time 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
So these are the only dry spices that go in, and they are ground spices, not whole spices. Now, please remember, whenever you use turmeric, your Thermomix lid will turn green, okay? And the easy solution to fix that is to stick it in the sunshine for about 20 minutes, back to normal. Otherwise, just wait, and with washing and time, it will go away. All right? You can also put lots of oil around the lid to avoid it. I always think it's a good thing. Turmeric is a healthy thing to eat, so why not brag about it and have a green lid? Oh, that was very nice of you to buy one for your mum. This is the butter chicken. It's the UK version. I have my phone and my iPad going, so I can't even show you on Cookie Do. If I go to recipe detail, it's this picture. It looks like it's in a little silver tin. I don't know if you can see, but it's literally butter chicken. And it actually it asks for, what's it called? Korma paste? Tikka paste. And a few other things. It is the British version. I know that because it also says tomato puree, which is tomato paste in our language. So it's the UK versions of butter chicken. Have to have a look. Oh, wonderful. Good old mushroom risotto. You can't go wrong. Oh, that's so good. Justin, I've made yogurt using a Greek yogurt as a starter. I have moments where I like yogurt, and I have moments where I really go off it. And I haven't made it for a while, haven't eaten it for a while. So, yeah. Yes, Mags, price increase is happening very soon. Cumin, garlic. I want to keep everything alphabetical there. The price increase is imminent. Let me just say that. The Thermomix is going up $220 more. So if you need a Thermomix in your life, please don't wait. Get in touch. Let's get you one at the current price so you're not paying more for the exact same thing. All right? Because that is just silly. All right? So going up $220 more. We have payment options available. I'm happy to look after you. Get in touch. All right. So this is my fussy child's dinner. A cheese pizza made by Mum. It's her favourite thing in the world. Fully loaded with cheese. She's going to be one happy kid. It's not overcooked. We can't have it too dark on the edges. They can't be... Yeah, Laura, me too. There you go. Woody's No Butter Chicken. That's one I haven't heard for a while. Yes, it is apparently very good. Haven't done that one either. I've chosen one tonight that doesn't have yogurt because I had no yogurt. So, yes, I actually own 4. But I have 2 on the bench. One's in the corner. I've got the special one sitting there waiting for the announcement of when that is going to be available for you all. It's a limited edition sparkly black. But I'm pretty confident of saying that's coming with a price rise. So you will pay more money for that one than you will a beautiful white Thermomix. Right, we're getting towards the end. I need to feed my dog because nobody else is. Like the whole world's just stopped. Yeah! Ivana's great. I haven't touched my Ivana since I moved here though. I've got to be honest, that's terrible, isn't it? Simone, they say about 20 minutes of hand kneading, but I've had people tell me that's crap. That was what I was taught when I first trained as a consultant. 2 minutes of kneading in a Thermomix is equivalent to 20 minutes of hard work on a bench. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not about to do it the old school way and try. Because that's just silly stuff. The kneading function is amazing. So the reason why I had dough was because I did prep training with 2 new consultants here today, and we made frozen fruit ice cream together and we did the pizza dough. And I said, would you mind if we pretend we're putting the rosemary and the garlic in there and keep it plain so that I can give it to my daughter for dinner tonight, because that's what we do. All right, here you go, my love. Come on. Come on, my love. All right, now the next thing I need to do is get some water. It's very dry. Right. So, I will get the rice out ready to go. That's what I will do. Katie, your pizza's ready. All right, rice. Is it good? It's good. Good. I'm terrible. I'm a freehander. I've done this so many times. I could do it in my sleep. So what I'm going to do is just quickly rinse that rice and have that ready to go so that it can just start when the curry is cooking the last 20 minutes. Shall weigh in my water.
Willow? Yes! Good girl! Good girl, Willow. Oh.
To wash this lid. No, this lid. So I'm going to start it because the rice, the longer the rice sits, the fluffier it gets. It's even more delicious. So. What sort of recipe, Simone, are you asking about? General rule is 2 minutes for pizza dough, 4 to 6 minutes for bread. Just saying. All right, marinated chicken. In we go. Oh, it smells amazing. All that flavour out of there. Whoop. So some tomato puree. cream. It says single cream. Another giveaway that this is the equivalent to UK, because they single, double, not here. Donut recipe. Look, try searching up donut recipes, Thermomix donut recipes, and have a see what they're at. Yeah. All right, so I'm just using pure cream because that is what we cook with. Here in Queensland, we're very lucky to have the beautiful Mullaney dairy cream. It's pure, it's divine, and you don't need to put butter in this butter chicken, especially when you use a cream like this, because it is almost as close to butter as cream can be. Highly recommend it if you're in Queensland. Some Woolies stock it now, which I think is about time. IGAs, some little fruit stores, fruit shops, they will sell Mullaney dairies as well, but probably best Southeast Queensland. Otherwise, find a local dairy to you. I know Norco has a pure cream, it's not so bad, but if you look at that, see how thick it is on top? It is amazing. It really is amazing. Alright. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just give that a stir around. It doesn't tell us to, but all the spices and beautiful stuff is on the bottom. I just want to get that all blended around, right? And I'll give you a look at that because it just helps to just blend that all and make it look how it's pretty much going to look at the end, I guess. But that way, you make sure that everything is blended together, nothing is sitting at the bottom, because generally these don't cook at a speed, they're slow, am I right? Yep, it's just spoon speed, so it's not really moving it very much at all, and in reverse. So it's really good to just give it a bit of a mix around, make sure that all those flavours, everything is all nice and even through. And that's just going to gently cook away now for another 20 minutes. So, little garlic pizza I've got in the oven. How's that looking? Actually, that's looking pretty good. Yep. All right, let me get that out. Give you a look at that. So, in place of naan tonight, I just put the leftover pizza dough, olive oil, garlic butter on top. I'll break that up into pieces. We'll have that to dunk in the curry as well. Amazing, amazing. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. I'll be back with the recording once everything's done. I'll dish it up really nicely, take a nice photo. I'll be putting it onto Facebook and YouTube. And I hope you've enjoyed. Please reach out. Remember, the price increase is coming. Don't delay. If you want a TM6, don't pay more for the exact same thing. Reach out to me. Let's get to ordering ASAP. Or get onto your consultant if you have one already. All right, guys, take care. So thanks, everyone, for watching along. Don't forget, take some time, plate up your food, make it look really delicious. It really makes a difference, and I think you enjoy it more. So let me just say, definitely double the chicken, because here's all the leftover sauce, right? You always will end up with lots of sauce. Double the chicken. This recipe is amazing. We loved it, as you can see.